So I started playing drums when I was 8 years old. For my 8th birthday, my parents bought me a drum kit. And they actually bought me a drum kit because when I was younger, I was quite an angry child. And my mum incorrectly thought that if she got me a drum kit, I would be less angry because I'd be able to take out all my anger on my drums. Didn't work, but thankfully I kept it up, and I'm making a career from playing drums now. Have I ever been yelled at for playing too loud? No, my mum was very, very supportive when I was younger, and I used to play very, very loud, way too loud really, all the time, and she was always really supportive and never really shouted at me, so I was very lucky in that regard. What was the first album that I owned? That I can remember was the Black album by Metallica, and I absolutely loved that album for a long, long time. Not listened to it in a while, but I think I'd still enjoy it if I listened to it now. Bit of a guilty pleasure. If I could meet any musician, who would it be and what would I ask them? So it would be John Bonham, who was the drummer from my favourite rock band Led Zeppelin. And I guess I'd ask him where he got his influence from, because I think a lot of the stuff he played, he was maybe the first to do a lot of the stuff that he did. So I'm really passionate about, quite broadly speaking, Latin music. So music from Latin America, the Caribbean, Central America, South America, Brazilian music, Afro-Cuban music, and I'm also into improvised music, so anything that combines those elements of Latin music with improvised music is perfect for me. So as a drummer, I'm going to pick 3 drummers that really inspire me and influence me a lot. The first being Dafnis Prieto, who's a Cuban drummer. I love the way he thinks about rhythm, the way his ideas around how rhythm's constructed are just mind-blowing for me. Secondly, Antonio Sanchez, who is a Mexican drummer who's most famous actually for making the soundtrack for Birdman, which is a drum soundtrack. The way he thinks about the drum kit as a melodic instrument, I just find really inspiring. And then finally, another Cuban, Horacio Hernandez. His independence is just crazy. He's like an octopus. The way he can just keep one pattern going with one limb while being completely free with the rest of his body, I find incredible. Generally, I'll wake up, I'll take my wife to work, and I'll practice in the morning, 2-3 hours. And then most of my work starts in the afternoon or the evening, where I go off to schools and teach. And at the weekends, I'll be gigging. Friday and Saturdays usually when I'm gigging. So yeah, just a balance between practicing, teaching, and gigging. So I'm guilty of getting pretty bad road rage. So it would have to be something that calms me down. I listen to bossa nova quite a bit when I'm in the car. Or I think my favourite thing to listen to is Pat Metheny, but his less intense stuff is more chilled out stuff. So firstly, you're going to have to put in a lot of hard work if you want to be a successful musician. And then secondly, know your role, okay? As a drummer, our role generally, for most styles of music, is to keep a solid pulse, okay? And there are too many students that I see who want to play really fast all the time and do loads of fills and stuff, and that's cool, but you need to, if your groove isn't solid and your time isn't solid, then it's pointless having all of those chops. You need to be able to keep a really steady, solid pulse.